Are you preparing for SSC CGL and struggling with English? Maybe you study English for a few days then stop. You learn new words but forget them. You understand grammar but when you try to speak, you suddenly don't know what to say. I completely understand that because I'm also preparing for SSC CGL and I'm trying to improve my English along the way. So today I'm going to share 5 simple English habits that I'm trying to build and I think they can help you too. Hello everyone, welcome back to Astamita Talks. If you're new here, I'm Astamita, and if you're preparing for SSC CGL, especially if English is not your strongest subject, this video is for you. I don't want to make this video feel like another English class. I just want to talk to you like a fellow learner because I'm also preparing, and while preparing I have realized something. You don't need to study English for 5 to 6 hours every day. You need small habits that you can actually follow consistently. So let's talk about those 5 habits. Habit number 1, read English every day. Yes, that's the important thing. I'm not saying you need to read an entire newspaper every morning. Maybe 10 or 15 minutes. You can read an English newspaper, an article, your SSC study material, or even a short story. The important thing is to read regularly. And here is one thing I personally find useful. When you see sentence you don't understand, don't immediately skip it. Read it again. Try to understand it from the context. For example, suppose you see the word resilient. Maybe you don't know the meaning. Instead of just memorizing the word, look at the sentence. She is resilient because she never gives up after failure. Now you can understand resilient means someone who can recover from difficulties and keep going. That's much easier to remember. So don't just read to finish a page. Read to understand. Habit number 2, learn 5 words and actually use them. The second habit is most important thing. Learn 5 new English words every day. Not 50, not 100, not like 1000, just 5, because sometimes we get excited and try to learn 30 to 40 words in one day and the next day we remember maybe 3. I have realized that it's better to learn fewer words and actually use them. For example, if you learn the word diligent, don't just remember its meaning. Make a sentence. A diligent student studies consistently. Then try to make another sentence yourself. Maybe I want to become a diligent SSC aspirant. See, the word becomes connected to your real life. And that's what you should do with vocabulary. Learn it, use it, repeat it. Habit number 3, read question in English carefully. This one is especially important for SSC CGL aspirants. Sometimes we know the vocabulary, we know the grammar, but we still make mistakes because we don't read the questions carefully. So make it habit to slow down when you are solving English questions. Look for words like not, except, incorrect, correct, most appropriate, and opposite. One small word can completely change the meaning of a question. And don't just check whether your answer is right or wrong. Ask yourself, why is the answer is correct and why are the options are wrong. The habit can really improve your understanding. You are not just preparing for one question, you are training your brain to understand English better. Habit number 4, speak English for 5 minutes. Now, let's come to something many students avoid, speaking. You might be thinking, I'm preparing for SSC CGL. Why do I need to speak English? Because speaking helps you become comfortable with the language. And you don't need another person to practice. You can practice alone. Take just 5 minutes. Talk about your day. For example, today I woke up early and I studied English for 1 hour. Then I had breakfast. Now I am going to study mathematics. That's it. It doesn't have to be complicated. And please don't stop because your grammar isn't perfect. You will make mistakes. That's normal. The goal is to not to sound like a native speaker. The goal is to become comfortable using English. Habit number 5, revise more than you learn. And the 5th habit is probably the most important one, revision. We often love learning new things, new words, new grammar rules, new vocabulary list, but we forget to revise. Let's say you learn 100 words this month. If you never revise them, how many will you remember after a few weeks? Probably not all of them. So keep one small notebook. Write down the words you are learning. Then revise them regularly. Maybe every Sunday. Spend 20 or 30 minutes reviewing what you learned during that week. Don't always try to add something new. Sometimes going back is also a progress. My simple English routine. So if you are wondering how to put all 5 habits together, here is a simple routine. 10 minutes of reading, 5 new words, SSC questions, 5 minutes of speaking, and finally revision. You don't have to do everything perfectly every single day. Some days we will study more, some days we will study less. That's okay. That's important thing is don't completely stop. So these are the 5 English habits every SSC CGL aspirants can build. Read every day, learn and use 5 new words. Read questions carefully, speak English for 5 or 10 minutes, and revise what you have learned that week. And remember, I'm also on this journey. I'm preparing, I'm learning, I'm making mistake, and I'm trying to become better every day. So if you're also preparing for SSC CGL, you are not alone. Let's learn together, let's improve together, and let's keep moving forward one day at a time. If you found this video helpful, please like this video and subscribe to Astamita Talks, and tell me in the comments, are you preparing for SSC CGL? And if you are, tell me which subject you are currently struggling with the most. Maybe we can talk about it in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Keep studying, keep practicing, and don't give up. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.